that would happen, but mate, you have pulled it out the bag, and you are the world champion.
And so the celebrations begin, and well-earned they are indeed. It might have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level at the very top is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. Crowned a champion today, as their lead at the top is now an insurmountable one. What a great year it's been for Formula One. It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one. Back in the 60s, Mexico City would host the season-ending race, a party of motor racing. Well, we might not host the finale now, but Mexico hosts a party nonetheless. So welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexico City Grand Prix. We're a long way above sea level here in Mexico today, which could pose some cooling issues for the cars as they make their way around this 2.6-mile lap. 17 corners with top speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and watch out for potential overtaking into turns 1 and 4. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Watson, Leclerc, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Sainz, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Massa, Verstappen, Gasly, Albon, Tsunoda, Ocon, Joe, Bottas, Stroll, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg and Logan Sargent. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. The last few races have been a bit rough for them, unable to get a clean run. That's got to have some effect on their confidence, surely.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through turn 1 cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
Okay, we're looking at some gearbox wear, so try to keep the number of shifts to a minimum, please. I've got some information on the Hamilton for you. They seem to have an issue. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.7 seconds. approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. We're boxing this lap. Gap to your teammate behind is 6.9 seconds. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Okay, Felipe is in the pits. Felipe's in the pits now. Our gap behind is 1.5 seconds. 5 laps of fuel remaining. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position. You're pushing too hard. It's causing your gearbox to take increased wear. Just be careful. Mechanical issue means you've lost one of the gears, I'm afraid. Say again, you have lost access to one of the gears. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 17.3 seconds. Yellow flag. Okay, clear. Okay, bad news on the gearbox, I'm afraid. The team are trying everything they can think of, but they're not optimistic. Just keep at it, do your best, that's all we can ask. Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Ah, fantastic drive. That's just fantastic. Amazing. You deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
Not just victory today then, but the championship as well. What a spectacular season they've had. Congratulations to the whole team. Tell me, Ant, how do they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Welcome then to the podium, our top 3 drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. Watson increases their championship lead. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I have to give it to Watson.
It's time to check out the Constructors' standings. It's another clear win for Mercedes as they manage to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.